So I've been thinking about expanding Cloak and Meeple. I've been thinking about branching out to maybe cooking videos or more challenges, but those are so used and so overdone. Everybody does cooking videos, everybody does challenge videos. We don't need another channel doing those, but I may be doing cooking videos, but who knows. But anyways, what can Cloak and Meeple do that not a lot of people do, that there's a niche market for, that might be fun and interesting to do? So I was thinking, Cloak and Meeple is going into the spy business. I just don't know anything about the spy business. So I'm going to hire some spies. Can't be that hard. I'm just going to go right here. If you just excuse me for a second, I'm just going to go on the Craigslist right here and see if I can get some spies here.
Startup Spy Biz looking for talent. Looking for those with and without spy experience. Must have a flexible schedule. Some job training will be offered, but those with experience are welcome. Multilingual encouraged. Experience with fake accents a plus. Knowledge of firearms, bomb making, bomb defusing, cupcake decorating, babysitting, and dog handling are very helpful. Please respond with name, contact information, a list of references, previous jobs, and favorite souffle recipe.
That should do it. That should get me some hits. I hope. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. But you know what? Let's just play a game about spies instead. This is Sub Rosa. Sub Rosa, Spies for Hire, is a micro game where you are trying to hire the most spies, and whoever has the most spies at the end of the game is the winner. So this is pretty simple. I'll show you how it's set up. Each player is going to start off with a color of tokens with whatever color they have. I set out 3 of them right here. There's also an orange set. So each player is going to get 2 through 6. And they're also going to get 3 additional 3 tokens with a star on them. These are considered the action tokens, and I'll explain the action token in just a second. In the game, you also get these 5 cards, which have the different types of actions that you can take, and these cards are front and back. Each card has something different on each side. So you have a really cool variable setup of how things can be done. So what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up these cards and randomly flip cards over as you're doing it, so that way you have a completely random setup. So let's go ahead. I'm going to flip this whole thing over, and we're going to go ahead and set up for a 3-player game. So for a 3-player game, you're going to put out 4 cards, so 1 more than the number of players. And the last card, I'm just going to go ahead and discard this one because we're not going to use it for this setup. So you're going to leave a little bit of space on the side of each card, so that way you can place tokens there. Now these tokens will be in each player's hands, so that way they're secret and you won't be able to see what other people have, but I'm just having them laid out just so that way you can see what's going on here. So the first card we have here is Sabotage. So the action on Sabotage is choose token, owner swaps with token in hand. Reconnaissance, next up, says, as soon as we focus here, look at value of 2 tokens. So you can peek and see what's going on. Charm here says block token placement on card for a round. And lastly, in this game, we're going to have Diversion. Choose token, owner moves token between cards. So, what do these actions mean? How do you use them? What are they talking about with these tokens? Well, what you'll be doing is you'll be placing your tokens next to the spy card. Once everybody has placed all of their tokens except for 1, you're going to add up the total for everybody's color next to each card. Whoever has the most will earn that card. Then whoever has the most spies is the winner. So on your turn, what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your tokens, you're going to place it face down next to one of the cards. Now, as I said, I was going to explain these action ones here. If you do place your 3 with a star next to the card, you're going to place that token face up. When you do that, you get to do the action that is on the card. So you can manipulate, you can switch stuff around, everything like that. It's very, very interesting. So let's say purple's the first player, and they want to get some points out there, so they're going to take their 5. They're going to flip over their 5, and they're going to place it here on Sabotage. Then green is going to take one of theirs, and they're going to place theirs. Yellow takes a turn, and you're going to continue. So let's say that purple decided they really want to try to use an action at the very beginning of the turn. So they're like, you know what, I'm going to put this on Charm. So they go ahead and use their action on Charm, and Charm says block the placement on a card for a round. So what they're going to do is they're going to name one of the cards. It can be Charm as well. And nobody else during this round can place a token on that one. So they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to use the Charm's ability to block Sabotage. So now no other player can place a tile on Sabotage for this round. So green was like, well fine, since I can't put anything there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my action, and I'm going to place that on Reconnaissance. Now Reconnaissance says I get to look at 2 tokens. So you know what, I'm going to look at purple's token here. I'm going to flip it over and see, ooh, they put a 5 there. And you know what, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at this yellow one. Ooh, and yellow put 5 way over there. So you will continue placing your tokens all over. Now I'm just randomly doing these here. Until you only have 1 token left. So let's say, whoop, flip that one over. Okay, so you're going to go until you have 1 token left of your color. Once you have that, that is the end of the game. And what you're going to do now is you're going to add up each column, each color of each column, and see who has the most points. One caveat that I didn't say is the final tile in each column is -1 point. So these 2 3s over here aren't 3s, these are actually only worth 2. And then whatever these 2 ones are, those are going to be -1 as well. So let's see in this first column here, we have Sabotage, and purple has 9, green has only 6, because remember the final one in that column was worth 1 less, so that's only a 4, and yellow only has 3. So looking at that, purple has 1 Sabotage. Purple gets to put that one into their scoring area. Then we'll go over here to Reconnaissance. Green only has 3 on there. And let's flip over all of these. And I can't get this last one. Okay, there we go. Yellow only has 2, but purple here has 2 plus 5, so that makes that 7. So purple has won another card. Let's zoom into these last 2 right here. So we see we have all 3s there, so it's going to be between purple and green. Hopefully green will get something here. Green has a total of 6, and purple has a total of 6. This is very cool. I'm glad this happened. Completely random. Since there was a tie here, whoever Oh, no, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't count. Remember, the bottom one is worth one less. Never mind. That is not a tie, because that is only 3, 4, 5, while purple has 6. Now, if this had been a tie, whoever put their token there last wins the tie. But of course, this one still goes to purple. So purple has won this game. There's no even really need to figure out the last one, because since they have 3 cards, there's no way somebody can have another card. If it comes down that 2 players end up with the same amount of cards, whoever has the highest point token left in their hand becomes the tiebreaker. And then the tiebreaker after that is you play another game, or as the rules state, you fight to the death, which I would rather just play another game. So that is Sub Rosa. This is a very simple and easy to learn micro game. You can easily get it out and break it out and be like, here's your stuff, here's what you gotta do. You play around, and then it will click with people like, oh, I get it. And then they'll want to play again. And you'll go through and be like, oh, that was so cool. One more time. And they'll go through and they'll do it again. And you have this variable setup with the cards because you have basically 10 different cards and that are going to flip back and forth. So it does make setup and everything a little bit more interesting. Every different games, you can have different stuff going out, so it's going to be seeing how people manipulate what they want to. It's very interesting that you can switch stuff around, you can force people to move stuff, you can block stuff off. There's one card that makes your action stuff worth 1 more at the end of the game. So there's a lot of variety with the cards and a lot of stuff that you can do with each setup. As I said, this is for 2 to 4 players. So you're always going to put 1 more card than the number of players. 2 players is okay. I would really suggest this for 3 and 4, but you can definitely break this out as a couples game, just to throw down a couple quick games of this, just to round out your night. But definitely check this out. This will be on Kickstarter very, very soon. I'll have a link down below as soon as that is available. I want to give a special thank you to Robin David for sending me a copy of this game. Robin is the designer of Sub Rosa Spies for Hire. And as you know now, that I am part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. So if you go to pncn.rocks, you can find out more information about some of the content providers there. I'm going to have a link down below for Spaghetti and Meeples. They are another review channel that are part of the network that I really enjoy watching their content. So go over there and give them a view or 2, subscribe to them, give their videos some good thumbs up. And as always, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and help support Cloak and Meeple. My subscribe button is right down there, and my Patreon link is right over there. Thanks.
Part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
Yeah, but they're